Hello, how are you guys feeling? Good? So I'm Nia June, and I'm doing the Greater Mondawmin neighborhood. This is a community of proud people. What I love most about it is that most of the businesses in this community have been there for decades. And I didn't know this. They're Black-owned, they're owned by community members, or people who just have a deep affinity for the people in this neighborhood. The film you're about to see is written and directed by me. It is shot by my brother, the amazing Kirby Griffin. Please make some noise for him. Yeah. He actually grew up in this neighborhood, West Side certified. He still lives there. He loves this community. And the music for this film was created by two wonderful musicians who I promise you are going to take over the film scoring industry, and that is my brother, Brandon Woody and Troy Long. Yes. And in this film, you're going to see some of those businesses that I spoke about. Now, we did step outside of the community a little bit, but the reason for that is because we really wanted to show businesses that also align with the values that the Greater Mondawmin community stands on, and the power of what could happen if that value ripples across Baltimore. So, you know, Baltimore is a community that needs love, that needs resources, and the people that you're about to see in this film are giving Baltimore that. So, without further ado, I present to you the documentary, Keep What You Sow.
Hi, I'm Tammy, the owner of Carry Hardware, located at 2100 West North Avenue in Baltimore, Maryland. Carry Hardware has been in my family since 1982, and then I took over in 2017. I stayed in this community because I've been here. The customers know my name. I've seen families, children grow up, and I've been in the neighborhood since I was young. I'm not going nowhere. They don't want me to go anywhere. Some of them can't get to Home Depot. Some of them can't get to Lowe's. So everybody can't get out of the city. Everybody can't get out of the hood. I'm the closest thing that they have. I think that young Black boys and girls should take up the trade of carpentry, plumbing, electrical, drywall. Every house needs someone to build it.
How you doing? I'm KC, and I'm the owner of KC Studio at 208 South Pulaski Street. I'm from Baltimore, East Side, of course, and I'm a welding artist. So I do metalwork, I tattoo metal, and I create just about anything you can think of. I started doing metalwork with my aunt and uncle at their company at C1 Welding. I actually was in college. It was going through my sophomore year, but things went bad. I wound up not being able to go back to the D1 college I was wrestling at because I got injured. I was homeless at the time. I went to sleep at my aunt and uncle, their bench outside of their house. And they came home. My aunt nursed me back to health. And then my uncle gave me a job. I've been welding ever since. It saved my life, and it put me in a position to where I never needed a job again. If I can show somebody else welding in a different form, a different light, and they like, you know what, I think that's interesting, I might want to try that, I'll do it. And I've taught a lot of people how to weld. I'm showing a lot of young men out there, like, it's more than you can do. You can have a nice car, a nice home, and not ever sell drugs. You're trying to stay afloat, just like everybody else. But I'm gonna show you a way. The art scene here is amazing in Baltimore. It's not New York, it's not Atlanta, it's not Miami, it's Baltimore. We're our own genre, we're our own wave. We're gritty, it's small to more, so everybody knows everybody. And that dynamic is so raw, but then it's also the business aspect of it. Like, people are trying different ways, different stuff. It's so much more, and I love that. I do a lot of my best work when I'm surrounded by other artwork. It just really motivated me and inspired me. There have been times when I'll be welding in here and I'll have somebody painting or somebody sewing. And it's just, I'm drawn from that energy. I'm drawn to that Baltimore-ness. Welding has allowed me to make money, so I'm not a starving artist. So when I see somebody who does something talented, sure, let's work together. Let's collab, let's do whatever, but I'm gonna support you. The project I worked for the Upton Planning Committee, it was these big metal music notes. After it was complete, there was money in the budget for it to be painted, and I was like, well, I'm done working on this. So I reached out to a couple of my artist friends. I didn't care. I was like, look, you want to come out and paint this project, I'm gonna pay you a couple dollars, and you can paint it. It's already in the budget, so come on. And we did. I don't know what it is, but I was born to be a father. Like, this is like the best. Like, welding is great, don't get me wrong. I love welding, I love my artwork, but spending time with my son and my family that's the top for me.
My name is Danny. I'm the owner of Illicit Rag Vintage, located in Baltimore, Maryland, and I've been in business for 4.5, almost 5 years. Materials back then, they were actually meant to last because people didn't know when they were going to get another coat. And people had time. The world wasn't moving so fast. So it would literally, someone would enjoy spending a year on making one coat. So if somebody took a year to make your coat, every stitch on this coat is here to stay. Everything is mass produced and everything is remade now. There's rarely something that is unique and new, like never been done before. I feel that vintage pieces have more character. So I feel like they are definitely more relatable to artists and creatives, and that's mostly who I tend to have come to my business and support it. Here, it is that culture. It's that realness, that rawness that you can't get anywhere else. When I was younger, I used to go away to get inspired. But my friends inspire me too. There are people here that also inspire me. However, I had to figure out what it was they were missing. And like I said, the platform wasn't given to them, or a lot of the resources that they need, because there are creatives here, tons of creatives here, but the issue has always been lack of resources. Instead of complaining about, oh, the fashion isn't what I want it to be here, or I want people to have originality, I supply that. That's my goal. That's why everything is specially curated. That's why I make sure that I have statement pieces that probably will complement you, your personality, and give you the opportunity to be a little different than what your neighbor looks like.
My name is Akio Evans. I'm from East Baltimore, and I'm the owner of Akio's Glorious Heroes. I like to create things that is something personable to the heart, because my mom's, she passed of a heart attack. So I didn't realize until after she passed, I'm talking about maybe 2 or 3 years later, which was in 2015, 2016, as I was creating the Akio's Glorious Heroes, that Akio in Japanese, it means glorious hero, and it also means bright man. And being that she died of a heart attack, I put all the tags onto the left side. The story is Akio's Glorious Heroes represents the comic books that my mother would force me to read. And I would lie and say, yeah, I read the comic. And my mother was like, oh, okay, well, what happened to this? Nah, she'll take like 5 comic books out of my collection and have me read one, because she knew that I was a kid that didn't understand the value of reading. So she figured that reading comic books would help me. So everything that I create, whether it be, Bright Boy, whether it be the Baltimore Diamonds, it coincides with Akio being a bright man. Diamonds shine bright, And then with the heroes and the hearts, it all adds to that story that creates value to what I'm able to give others and what I'm able to do for myself. I do a lot of research. That's really the basis of what I create, and maybe that's probably why people who collect my art gravitated to it. a lot more because it is something personable. It is some things that I dig deep in that they don't even realize or think that nobody knows. I feel like that is what the heart represents, you know. Even when you look at the heart in those last 3 letters, it's art. You get what I'm saying? So I remember one of the things that Michael K. Williams said when I finally was able to make his piece. He said, art makes you feel something. You get what I'm saying? He said, I can go to Barney's, I can get Gucci or whatever. He said, but none of that stuff is gonna do what you did for me. You made me feel something. So that's what really art is. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of like, Akio's Glorious Heroes, it consists of hearts and heroes. And it represents being your own hero, you know what I mean? I stay here because at a young age, like a lot of people ask me like, how is you able to work your full-time gig and do what you do? And it's only because I feel like I get that rawness from here. I get, you know, the creative spark from here. I have my own store in Spokane, Washington. I've traveled over the West Coast knowing nobody. And I gambled everything on my dream and my hustle, because I was hustling out there. So I done did all that at a young age. I know how that is. I tasted it. And then I'm seeing that a lot of people are coming to this city that are seeing the value in this city. And there's people that live in this city and they don't even see the same value because they're so close to it.